is Capital Games Movie Club. I am the Wiz. Today, I am finally reviewing the 1959 Alfred Hitchcock classic, North by Northwest, starring Cary Grant, Eva Marie Saint, and James Mason. This is a part of the group of films that made the Sight and Sound Top 100. I watched this film about 4 days ago, and because of everything that was going on with the Oscars, I wanted to get my predictions out there, and then the nominations happened today. So I wanted to get that out. So finally, I am now reviewing North by Northwest. Before going into the film, I knew this is one of Hitch's classics that a lot of people are big fans of. It's gotten high ratings on IMDb. It's got high ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. It is I would venture to say it's a beloved movie. A lot of people do like North by Northwest. So I was going into it expecting a good time, to be a really good movie, and as it is a Hitchcock film, to be a thrilling, suspenseful movie. Although I do like it, I was kind of surprised by a few things about it, and a little disappointed by other things, but I'll get right down to it right now. North by Northwest is about an ad agency executive played by Cary Grant who gets mistaken for a spy of some sorts by a man called Philip Van Damme, who is played by James Mason. And throughout the entire time in the movie, there's a lot of subterfuge, a lot of mistaken identities, all sorts of different things that happen throughout the movie. It is more of a spy caper kind of thriller than I was really expecting from when I started the movie. Cary Grant plays the main character. He plays him pretty charmingly and very disarmingly in the movie, which to me kind of hurt the suspense aspect of the movie. Because when you have this type of movie, the suspense thriller, you want to believe that the person that is in the movie is in danger throughout the entire time of the film. And at no point did I ever feel like this guy was truly in danger. He was looked upon as too suave, too in the know, and too much of a person that the audience will definitely root for and will want to succeed. And the film didn't give any expectation that it was going to subvert the audience in that aspect. It doesn't mean that Cary Grant's performance is bad. It's very good. It's very charming, funny in spots, very enjoyable to watch. I just felt it was kind of weird in a thriller sense, where you're having this character who has this mistaken identity, and he's taking it so nonchalantly, or maybe not just nonchalantly, but without the requisite amount of outrage and anger and distraught that you would think he would have throughout the entire movie. Again, at no point did I actually feel this guy was in danger, or that he was going to get caught, or that he was going to get killed. I kept thinking that it was all going to work out in the end, and that, to me, was a detriment to what I was expecting throughout the movie. Because if we look at other Hitchcock films like Psycho, where in the beginning of the film, spoilers for Psycho, but in the beginning of the film, the main character dies, like in the beginning. So you expect subversion, and you expect a twist throughout the entire time when it comes to Alfred Hitchcock. And there are twists in the movie, sure, but they don't come out where you expect them. I guess that's cool and all that you didn't expect where the twist came from. It didn't help the suspense aspects of the movie when it came down to it. Eva Marie Saint plays a good, I guess she's a femme fatale of sorts in the movie. She ends up being the main character's lover pretty quickly in the movie when she's introduced. You find out things about her as the movie goes along that are interesting, but other than that, I mean, it's a good performance. It's just not a great character that I was really into. I mean, they did have something interesting for her towards the end of the movie, but other than that, it's an okay character with a very good performance. The romance angle seemed kind of forced to a certain extent. You kind of find out why as the movie goes on, but even when it was going on, I was like, I'm not buying this, like, entirely. Which, okay, fine. And when the twist happens, you're like, okay, I guess I get it. But still, I really felt like the romance angle wasn't its sharpest, I would say, in this movie. What I will say is what I like is James Mason as a villain. Man, does he play a good villain in this. James Mason plays Philip Van Damme. He's not the most despicable, but he's definitely somebody that is definitely not likable, I guess is the best way to put it. But he plays the character really well. I liked him on screen on every part of the movie that he was in. So even when he's got a different identity and he goes by something else, and then things go on throughout the film, I stayed glued onto his performance specifically. So I really liked his, and I liked Martin Landau as his lackey, who is pretty sinister, but I definitely liked the performances there. The performances are great. I had questions with the writing, really. I don't understand why you'd have this character have to go through all this stuff, but him to still feel very calm and collected throughout the entire film. I think that hurt the film overall when its believability as to the suspense of what's going on. Like right now, my favorite Hitch is Rebecca, followed by Rope. And both movies had a palpable suspense to it, where you didn't know what was going to happen, where it was going, and what exactly to expect as the movie goes on. And North by Northwest, I guess, is more of a crowd-pleasing movie with a lot of interesting set pieces. There's some beautiful scenes at the UN. There's the famous airplane scene. There are interesting scenes that are in the movie that are definitely appealing and really nicely shot and well done. But when it comes to the suspense, which is what I was really expecting out of this movie, I did not feel it at all. Again, at no point did I actually feel that this guy was going to die or going to go to prison or to have something happen to him. I felt like at any point, things were going to go right and he'll be fine in the end. And I never felt at any point throughout the film that he was in trouble. So that's my problem with the writing. The directing is very good. I like the visuals of the film. Again, I mentioned the action scenes. The UN sequence was pretty good in this as well. I questioned the ending, though, the way the ending was shot. I know it was, like, a part of its time and everything. I guess this is part of the writing, too. Why have the ending of the movie at Mount Rushmore? And then, when the scene pops up in the movie, I have a very hard time believing that one of the main characters hurts their leg on the way down, but yet is still able to climb Mount Rushmore throughout the entire scene. Yeah, okay, sure. I guess the way to put North by Northwest is I liked it. I thought it was a fun movie. I enjoyed what I was watching. I think the performers are very good in it. But when it came to the principal thing of suspense, thrilling, and being excited throughout the entire film, I never was. I had fun. I thought it was a fun movie, which I sort of expected, but didn't really think it was going to be the main thing I was going to get out of it. But yeah, North by Northwest is fun, but I wouldn't put it as, I would say, like, to me, it's not a favorite Hitch of mine. I still think Rebecca, Rope, and Notorious are his top three. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's bad. It's good. But I think that's also its disappointment. This being in the top 100 of all time on Sight and Sound makes... I did not get it. I guess is the way to say it. Again, I think the movie's fine. I think it's a good movie and it's fun. I did not get the feeling of suspense and dread and everything that I've gotten from other Hitch movies. Yes, I guess I didn't really buy the suspense of the movie, but yeah, I did enjoy it. I thought it was fun. Alright, so overall, I would give North by Northwest 3 stars. I thought it was a fun movie with some charming performances, but I was kind of disappointed by the lack of tension and lack of suspense from the movie. I get the mystery angle, I like the spy elements, I just was expecting something else, I guess. And even though I did enjoy it, have fun, I don't think it's one of Hitch's best, in my opinion at least. All right, so we are going to end the Sight and Sound 100 list with watching the one that made number one this year, and that's Jeanne Dielman. So we're going to watch that for the next time. Tune in next time where I review Jeanne Dielman, the Chantal Akerman film that got number one, the Sight and Sound Top 100. I am The Wiz. This is the Capital Games Movie Club. Talk to you next time.